think that's got to be down to 24–25% moisture, so it's getting very close that we ought to be getting over here and begin harvest.
Paul Jeschke and wife Donna are farmers from central Illinois. Their families have farmed this region for almost 180 years, settling here from Germany.
To them, it was very important that they live close to water and a river when they came to the U.S. So they settled here near the Illinois River, and today we are still living near the river, farming here, and using the river for the same kinds of things that they did.
The river then, and now, is critical to the farmer's livelihood, which depends so much on a good transportation system. Exports account for 85% of the Jeschke's business.
To this area, the waterways are the lifeblood. They're the conduit that we have to reach the foreign markets.
But our waterway infrastructure and those exports that Paul and so many others produce are threatened. Many of the locks are old and inefficient, slowing transport.
The waterway structure here was built clear back in the 30s. While we have not done anything except minimal maintenance on those waterways since the 1930s, the rest of the world, our major competition, has put a real emphasis on their infrastructure. So the infrastructure of South America, of the Black Sea region, is getting better as billions and billions of dollars are poured into that, and ours are crumbling.
Nowhere is that more evident than here, the LAGRANGE Lock and Dam in Versailles, Illinois. Built during the New Deal, it is small, decaying, and inefficient, and the only route for Illinois farmers to transport their product.
It's a disaster because it needs so much maintenance and needs to be replaced, needs upgrades at the least. It's a top priority for farmers here in Illinois, as well as other folks that use the river for transportation.
Fortunately, there is a solution. NESP, the Navigation and Ecosystem Sustainability Program, a unique dual-purpose program to modernize our navigation system and at the same time restore ecological balance to the upper Mississippi River and Illinois waterway.
The inland waterway system is a natural God-given asset, and it is the most efficient and the cleanest way to move cargo and commerce from point A to point B. NESP is needed now simply and purely because our infrastructure is in dire straits, very much in need of repairs.
Most navigation locks were built in the 1930s and are showing their age. A lock is a fixed chamber that raises or lowers water depths to allow towboats pushing barges, as well as recreational vessels like boats, to navigate across rivers and the Gulf. Because the locks were built, in some cases, more than 100 years ago, to remain competitive, they must be expanded from the current 600-foot chambers to 1,200-foot chambers. Gretchen Benjamin of the Nature Conservancy has been working for nearly 3 decades to integrate natural resource restoration opportunities with commercial navigation.
The Nature Conservancy believes there's going to be human uses of our natural resources. So how do we do the best job possible to maintain those natural resources as we use our natural resources? And we really think NESP is actually probably the first example of an integrated plan for navigation and the ecosystem. It's a really great demonstration that we would love to see implemented on the ground and really show how we can bring these two programs and river uses together.
The mighty Mississippi River begins its long trek to the Gulf here in Minnesota, fed along the way by the Illinois and other major tributaries. Local political leaders realize the Mississippi is much more than an icon of the American landscape.
The reason why Thomas Jefferson bought the place was because of the Mississippi River. It is the artery that moves goods in and out of the United States of America. It's one of the things that produces most of the goods, and as a consequence produces thousands of jobs. And it's just really incredible. It feeds the rest of the nation, it clothes the rest of the nation. Congress and the rest of the powers that be would really do a disservice to the rest of America if they did not appropriate the funds that were necessary. It's essential to the nation's commerce.
And it is essential to our future farmers. Just ask Donna Jeschke.
Right now we have 3 granddaughters that love the farm. In fact, they were here on day 1 when we started combining here this fall. They may want to farm in 20 or 25 years after they get out of school. And we want to be able to provide them with this opportunity. And the river system is all part of that. We need NESP now.